What's up? What's cooking? What's the deal with your new watch? And what do you say? Do you know what all these phrases mean? Maybe you know what we mean by what's up. But then there are many more phrases that you can create out of the word what. Such a simple word, but it can help you talk in many different ways. So watch this complete lesson with me in order to learn 10 amazing conversational phrases with the word what. My name is Michelle and you're watching me on Let's Talk. Subscribe to our channel, watch the complete video, and you can also watch some more videos. Okay, so let's get started with the first question that we have today. The first question is, so what's the catch? Well, what do you think this means? Are we really talking about a physical catch? No, we're not talking about a physical catch here. We're talking about a trap. Oh yes, the word catch means trap here. Like, what's the trap? Okay, so just imagine if your friend wants to sell his amazing car, which has a really good condition, for just $2,000. You'd be like, okay, what's the catch? So you doubt the fact that your friend wants maybe some favor in return from you, or he's trying to lay a trap for you, okay? Or possibly the car is faulty, it's got some problem, and that's why he just wants to sell it off. Okay, in such a situation, you can always say, what's the catch? So that's how you can use this phrase. Now let's look at the next one. The next one is, what's the drill? Okay. Now, what is a drill in general? Have you seen a drilling machine? It makes a funny sound, zzz, and it's quite persistent. It goes on drilling for some time. So in this question, the word drill means procedure. Oh yes. What's the procedure? But you know, saying procedure is so boring. So let's make it more fun and instead say, what's the drill? Now let's say that you want to order a new computer for your company. So you ask your friend, your colleague, hey, I want to order a new computer for our company. What's the drill? What's the procedure? So use this question in order to make your boring question very interesting. Let's look at the next one. What do you say? Oh, what did I just say? Well, I only said the same phrase in a more natural manner. So instead of saying, what do you say? You can say, what do you say? Okay, which would look more like, what do you say? So think of that as one word. Don't think of it as 4 words. Now try and say this. What do you say? Well, that sounds so much more natural and cooler. Okay, now coming to the meaning. What does it really mean? What do you say? What do you mean by this? So let's say that you're planning a trip and you want your friend's opinion if they want to join you. So you could say that, hey, I'm going shopping on Saturday and then I'm hitting the beach on Sunday. I'd love you to join me. What do you say? Okay, so that's another way of asking someone's opinion. All right, much cooler way actually. The next one we have is, what goes around comes around. Think of a circle. A circle has no end. Anything which is at this point will come back to it. All right. So this is how people describe life sometimes, more like karma. Oh, I don't know if I don't really much believe in karma, but people often say that how you do to others is what you get in return sometime later in your life. So if you do bad to somebody, it happens to you as well. And if you do good to someone, that also comes back to you. So if you're in a situation where your friend is, let's say, making fun of you and is really irritating you, maybe in a funny way you could tell them, hey, what goes around comes around. I'll come back with the revenge. So that's the way to use what goes around comes around. As in, whatever you do will happen to you in the future, as some people believe. Okay. The next one we have is, what do I owe ya? So again, I said the same phrase, but something like this. So instead of saying what, I said what do. Right. So I would say this, whenever you say what do, whenever you have what do, it becomes what do. Yes, with a duh sound. So let's say how we'll say this. Okay. Now look at this as one question. What I owe ya? What do I owe ya? Which means, how much do I need to pay you? Okay, but this is a much more informal way of saying this. So let's say you go to the bar and you've had like 2 or 3 drinks and you're telling the bartender like, how much do I need to pay you? So instead of saying that, you could tell the bartender, what do I owe you? Okay, so that's another way of saying, how much do I need to pay you? Again, a cooler and a more interesting way. The next one we have is, what's eating him? Definitely, you don't have a shark eating anybody, but here we are talking about someone who looks very upset or angry. So if you see a person who's suddenly upset or angry and you want to inquire about them, like, why is this person so angry or why is this person so sad? You might say, hey, what's eating him? Like, why is he so irritated or why is he so frustrated? So what's eating him is used for a frustrated person or an angry looking upset person. All right, with that we move to the next one. What are you getting at? Or what are you driving at? So oftentimes it happens that when we are talking to people, they happen to talk about everything except the most important part. And you're not able to understand, like, what are they really trying to say? What is the conclusion? What is the meaning? So basically you go like, what do you really want to say? So to say the same thing, instead of saying, what do you really want to say, you could say, what are you getting at? Or what are you driving at? So what's the main point of your conversation? All right. Now the next one we have is, what's done is done. Okay. This is used about past incidences. So if you know that someone is talking about their past and they are regretting, like, oh, I wish I had gone to that place on that day, but I'm so sad I couldn't just go there and now the sale has finished. So for that person, because they're regretting, you could say, hey buddy, what's done is done, which means it cannot be changed anymore. Great. It cannot be changed. Great. The next one is, what's with? Okay, so this one is used when you're talking about someone, like maybe when you're talking about a person, okay, when you think that they are again looking sort of strange, acting strange, you could say, what's with him or her? Like, what happened to them? But you can also use what's with to talk about an object. Like, let's say you're in your office and you want to use the copy machine, but you know that it got broken a few days back. So you ask your colleague, hey, what's with the copy machine? Like, is it working anymore? So you can use it with objects. The next one is, what's the deal with? Okay, so what's the deal with is very similar to what's with. But here, you're using it to find out the status of something. Like, is it working anymore, or what's up? What's the progress? So if you want to say, what's the progress? Instead of saying that, you could say, what's the deal with blah, blah, blah. So this is used for progress, to check the progress or the status of something. So if you want to check the progress or status of a project, a common project that you were doing with your classmate, you could be like, hey, what's the deal with the school project? Like, what's the progress? Are you doing anything about it? Okay. Now, I have already told you 10 questions that you can make with what, but I have a bonus for you in the end because you stayed so far. So for that, I have the last one, what's cooking? So this is usually used to ask someone what's up. So now that we already have an app called WhatsApp, we can start and use newer phrases to ask what's up. So instead of saying, how are you, what's up, you could say, so what's cooking? Like, what's happening? So another way of saying what's up or what's happening is what's cooking, okay? So you could ask your friend, hey, what's cooking? And he'd be like, nothing much, just doing my English homework. But you can also use this between two people. If you see two people and they appear quite romantic to you and you think that maybe they're seeing each other, but they haven't told you, you could say, hey, what's cooking between you and John? So that's another way of asking. So what's up between you both? Are you guys dating or seeing each other? Okay. Now with that, we are here at the end of the lesson, and today you have learned some awesome phrases that you can make and use with the word what. So, what can do much more than what you thought so far. So thank you so much for staying tuned with me. Come back for more lessons. This is Michelle. See you very soon. Till then, enjoy and keep learning English. Bye-bye.